Welcome back to the final game of CCG versus EXE. EXE will presume the blue side, in which first two games have been won. This first pick has proved pretty viable. I think, though, if CCG just plays a confident draft that they're used to, and not really kind of the cheese, Ivern, Rengar, Seraphine, and like Thresh bot, I think if they play just a more standard comp, they will have the advantage in this game. Does look like, though, we will soon get into draft. EXE clicking ready. CCG looking to follow suit very soon. So yeah, as I said, I'm looking for just a lot of the same picks from CCG as in that game 2. I think the game 1 was just kind of a whack draft. Rumble, Ivern, Rengar, Seraphine, Thresh. Theoretically, this is like an LS comp. This is like a comp where it's like you put it on paper and you're like, it's gonna work. But then you get in game, there's so many variables. It's just so hard to play, and you're like, we could have just gone Kai'Sa Rel, man. We could have just gone Kai'Sa Rel with with a Sejuani and a Redneck, and you know that would have worked out. But no. So CCG stalling a little bit here on draft. Not stalling, but trying to get everything figured out. Looks like the order will be figured out for the side of EXE in the lobby. Looks like looks like everyone's in the lobby that needs to be in the lobby. They're trying to change order, though. I believe maybe I can help them out here. So therefore, Kitsuo can leave and go back in. Either way, I am ready to see this last game, Game 5, Game 3. Note, EXE, in the last best of 3, won Game 3, and obviously the series against CCG. Additionally, EXE typically wins almost every Game 3, and blue side has won both games so far, which includes this series, has won both games in the series so far, and EXE will assume the blue side of the map. So, as CCG, you're saying, all right, the first picks here are pretty important. Kai'Sa has won both games so far. Kai'Sa is extremely strong. I think she's just the best champion kind of in the game. There's nothing in 80 carry pool that counters her. Right? There's here like the viable ADCs. There's Kai'Sa, and then there's every other ADC. It's like kind of Varus, kind of Lucian, Ashe is viable, I guess. Aphelios is kind of viable. Xayah is viable, but Xayah loses to Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa wants to be played with engage, and Xayah is good into engage, so it's not that bad, but it's still like a little bad. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see where they want to go with the draft. CCG looking like they are having some connectivity issues with their jungler. Looks like Kitsuo is finally ready, though. We'll go out and back in so I can leave the lobby. They can fix everything, set everything up. Radar can enter, and all will be good. Draft is starting, so we will head over to that screen in just a second. We will see the Karthus ban that has been banned. We have been seeing all 3 games. Karthus ban. We'll get a Poppy ban out as well. Olaf ban is is very sensible by CCG because Topo is this weak side. Top laner usually willing to play these tanks. Xayah will be banned out from EXE, so it's probably a first pick Kai'Sa or a first pick Rel. I think both of these picks are very good on this patch and for the last few patches, last 4 or so for that matter. We'll see the Tristana ban. That's mostly Tristana mid ban. If you're picking Syndra and that's your champion pool, and like Ahri, and you know, then Tristana ban can be pretty apt, pretty useful. The Kai'Sa ban does come out from CCG here. I do like that. LeBlanc does get insta-locked, so the other static Shiv user that's in the meta will get locked. We will see the answer here. I don't believe Radar is a massive Azir player. So I don't think we'll get that. I don't think we'll get Syndra because I don't like Syndra into LeBlanc. But maybe he does. Who knows? That's not me. I'd like to see maybe like an early like jungle top pick maybe, but you probably won't get that. Actually, getting Rel, I would say, right, because Rel is like really an OP. You can get that, and then you can get a counter pick. Or if you're worried just about like locking down like a good AD carry, so the opponent doesn't get it, because like some of like the best AD carries, Kai'Sa and Xayah are already banned here. So you're probably gonna want to lock in a really good AD carry early. The issue is you're giving double counter pick to the enemy bot lane. If you do so, it's not too big of a deal. You will lock in Lissandra into LeBlanc. Pretty good. It's a favorable matchup in some ways, but her push power is way more than yours. We will have to see what gets done onto this Lissandra. Now, I did say I really like just going for like an easy, just like go in comp for CCG like they did last time, where the ease of execution is less. That's exactly what this is so far. This is Lissandra and Rel. This is press R, go forward, or rather go forward, press R, and win. We do see the Sion fell out of favor a lot after MSI, as well as Gragas, although it took a Gragas a little bit longer to drop out of meta. So Sion, most certainly going towards the top side, although I have seen it in the jungle periodically. We will see the Ezreal? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to picture this in my head. So one way in which this can work, Sion, LeBlanc, and Ezreal can all kind of like split push, especially LeBlanc and Sion. And Ezreal isn't really good at getting picked. He can like all these champions aren't really good at getting picked. Sion can ult out, and also he's just really tanky. Ezreal has his E. LeBlanc has like 40 dashes. So they can just stay on sides. Ornn is a massive, I think, a massive pick here. It means your team will scale way better. They already have the team fight advantage, but I think EXE is kind of giving up on team fight. They don't really want to play this team fight. Although they could go with Rakan here with Ezreal. I just don't like that. Maybe like Janna would be really good here for EXE. We do see Hover on the Karma ban. Makes sense. I think you need to get rid of Enchanter. Ezreal Karma is good for lane, but then when it gets out of lane, not much damage here on the side of EXE, but also not much damage on here on the side of CCG. But the thing is, you picked most of your carries, right? For like you picked your mid, top, and AD carry. You picked all your laners. All you have left is pick a jungler. So you have to pick a carry jungler because there's no carry support that's like meta at all. Unless Sion is going to be your jungler, you're going to pick like a Aatrox top like you did the first game, which, you know, if you want to get spicy in draft, I guess you can do it. They do get rid of the Alistar. Probably a good choice because Alistar is a common answer into the Rel. Jinx and Sivir taken away here. Ezreal, Jinx, Sivir, and Kai'Sa and Xayah are all taken out here from the draft. So we're going to have to reach really far to get a ADC pick. It is Twitch, not Aphelios, as I might have predicted. So we will see the Twitch pick here. It's interesting. I think it might not be bad into Ezreal, right? Because Ezreal will dash away, but maybe Twitch will still be able to hit him with the movement speed reduction and all that. Also, you're really running out of AD carries. All you had really left was Ashe, Aphelios, Lucian, and Varus, kind of. If you count Varus as ADC you can play right now, it's kind of hard. Wukong is locked in. Wukong has lost a lot of favor recently, so it's it's just not as good. You don't see Wukong being played nearly as much. You do see the Wukong and Rakan hovered. I did say Rakan could be played with Ezreal. People typically like Ezreal Rakan because it's just a good lane. Sorry, not because it's a good lane. Because basically Ezreal doesn't have to lane. Ezreal can just go wherever he wants. We'll see the hover here by BB for a few champions. I'd like to see a damage-oriented champion because he has an Ornn, Lissandra, and Rel on his team. He will hover the Graves. I want it to be something more AP heavy. So Lilia here would be absolutely massive to me. An absolute crazy pick. He will hover the Evelynn. I don't want him to lock it in. He has so much AoE on his team. He will lock in the Kindred. I wonder if Twitch will go AP. Doesn't have to. Actually, I think it's probably better if he doesn't, right? Because Lissandra and Ornn are AP. But they will be a mostly AD team. But the thing with mostly AD teams, it doesn't matter as much because how many pen items there are as AD carry. You can get Bork, which is good on Kindred and Twitch. You can get Kraken Slayer, which is good on Kindred and Twitch. You can get LDR, which is good on, you know what I'm going to say. and especially in a Sion, that's pretty good. Obviously, the team fighting definitely goes to CCG here. Um, and the scaling, I mean, Kindred Ornn is a tale old as time for scaling. Um, but yeah, we will see how that ends up for them in the long run as we head over to our final break of the series before game. All right, guys, we're here in the final game of CCG versus EXE. EXE on the blue side here. We'll look for the split push comp with this LeBlanc and Sion. I'm assuming we will get a more teamfight oriented comp, although obviously Rakan and Wukong from the side of EXE is extremely teamfight oriented. Looks like LeBlanc might get herself caught out here. She does save the level up, so she has to start W. Probably not optimal for the lane. You probably want to start Q or E into Lysandra, but should be okay. She will be back and get her health. Rakan spotted out here, but nothing will come of it. A little bit of a level 1. Not much to come of it. A little bit of a stop of back. Um, I don't know if he'll get there in time to get his health back and get his passive. I think he'll get his passive shield because it is only like a 30-second cooldown, maybe 40 at this time. But he will stay here, so it's a little bit of a gold deficiency. I didn't have scoreboard up there. I'm so sorry. Let me toggle that. Um, we do see a lot of minion DMATs here from the side of EXE, which totally makes sense because you do have the split push comp, LeBlanc and Sion just want to one-shot these waves and, not worry about team fights and just, you know. But to me, it doesn't make super sense. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you're looking at like these three champions in like the solo laners who don't want to fight, and this jungle support who are ultra team fight heavy, this Wukong and Rakan duo. Um, so maybe they'll take small skirmishes and like plays of three. I don't know. Um, what I do know is we shouldn't get a whole lot of action on the bot side. At least that's my interpretation of it. Because how passive Rakan and Ezreal can be as a combo, they should never really get picked out here unless like extreme jungle attention is put into them. And even so, it's a Kindred. The gank opportunities aren't that significant, aren't that strong. A little bit of a trade in the top lane. Nothing much to come over it. It just tanks being tanks and dumbing each other over the head for being tanks. We'll see a little bit of a level advantage into some poke on the bottom side. It won't come to anything. Levels will even out, and we'll see just more pushing and pushing. Looks like on the top side, Topo is having a little bit of a hard time catching up with the Sion's push. However, he should actually have more minions to collect here, so he should theoretically, if he catches a good percentage of these, be up in CS. Most importantly, the cannon. Looks like on the bot side, there might be a potential gank here from the Kindred, but no, they're too far under tower. Pockets goes forward, and the crash down comes down from Rel, but Ezreal does buffer it well with his E, and will get himself out of there. Kindred goes back to farming her camps, as there's a little bit of a trade here on the mid lane. Chain comes through, and Corruption Pot's traded. BB Swag ready for Radar to step, but he does not, and BB will instead claim his prize in this top Herald. Sorry, top. It's a mini Herald. It's a Scuttle. People are used to calling the Scuttles mini Heralds. We do see a fight here. Radar flashing in to get the stun. He will be first blood though to BB. A Ghost and Flash popped here from Zoro to collect this bounty, not bounty, but revenge kill. Now BB running. BB will have clone very soon in only 3 seconds. We'll probably get out. Kitso is chasing, E used. Flash is used, converted, but nothing will come of it. And by BB making it out, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but I think because of all the rotations that happened and the teleport having to be sent bot to catch this wave, I think EXE actually gets a way more out of this. The difference is like you get obviously 100 more gold for first blood, and then you get 50 more gold for the assist. So that's 150 gold extra you get. But the kill does go over to the AD carry instead of the jungler, which is probably more gold efficient. Getting this Twitch online. Really early for a mid bot swap. Obviously, it wasn't 100% intentional, kind of just coming up for the rotate because you have a Twitch. Toppo really taking some bad trades on the top side. But that's fine because he hasn't backed yet. Sion has gotten this back. He does collect this Cole, and Toppo has not used his TP, so it just makes sense why he's behind. He will try to back here and get the TP. We will see almost an instant TP in. Sam might be able to grab a plate, though. Absolutely not might. There's no might about it. He will get himself 175 gold. That's equal to about 8 CS, which is really significant considering he already has a minor lead. Of course, when Toppo picks up the rest of that wave, it will diminish slightly. No major CS leads are on the board. 4 in AD carry can get a little big, but that's just because Twitch just took it back, and Twitch has a kill, so it's complicated. Looks like a massive wave actually crashing bot, and looks like Twitch will just push this in, crash it. He actually has quite the many stacks on his Cole, so he's already used that. Looks like all the mini dematerializers already being used by 6 minutes in this game, which makes sense, by the side of EXE. So that push will go well. The massive push on bottom side here is actually really vital. It's very key here because Dragon is up and Kindred is bot. They are looking to take this. They don't care about the Gromp, the Mark that is there. Looks like Toppo does get engaged on. However, there is a separate engage on the bottom side. Rakan, though, just so many dashes, will be completely fine. Toppo, although eating the ult and the combo of Sion, will actually trade evenly and keep his ult. So massive win on that trade as far as that goes. Looking to find something else here with Twitch Invisible. However, pops back into visibility and will just take what he gets. Kindred, meanwhile, kind of a while ago, but does get the dragon. Didn't really have to fight for it. Her lane just had prio, her mid had prio, her bot had prio, so no reason to really fight. Mid is actually up a level, which is semi-significant. We will see LeBlanc actually go the Merc Treads, which is really interesting, which means she just really doesn't want to get CC'd by this Ornn, by this Lissandra, by this you know, Rel, because they don't have that much AP damage on their team. It's really just Ornn and Lissandra, but it's all about the CC. So she's not going really damage oriented at all. Obviously going that static shiv first item, but that's nothing surprising. EXE up about 600 gold. Again, I don't think 600 gold is anything. I think 600 gold is like really minuscule at this point in the game. It's really about who rotates. 500 of that is in the jungle, which should be down anyway because it's Kindred into Wukong early. I think Wukong is just generally a good pick into Kindred, although I think they pick... I believe they picked Kindred into Wukong. I could be wrong. I think Kindred was R5. We will see just more objective trading. And both junglers pathing here towards the top side. Obviously for this Herald. Looks like Sion will get the push, though, onto this top lane. Looks like there will be a little bit of an engage onto Radar here. Takes a little bit of damage. BB Swag going over the wall. Does not commit his ultimate onto Radar. Radar getting really low. Does not have teleport up. Will take even more poke from this LeBlanc getting really low. The support from each team is heading towards this Herald as everyone's there. EXE has already started this, and Kindred's still on Krugs. Kindred needs to rotate fast or she's not going to be here in time if she does not knock up from Rakan. It's a 2v4 at the current time. Toppo needs to cast ult if he wants to make this fight work. Double ults. Ults hit nothing, though. Radar flashing in. Does not get anything. Red team ends up stealing the Dragon, or the Herald, but we'll see what will happen to the fight. They're on to the back line. Dietro does end up stunning. And then Radar going in. The LeBlanc passive here is big, or Lissandra rather, but it will not be enough. It will be a 4-for-1. However, Makel might drop in the bottom end. Yes, he will die, so it ends up being a 4-for-2. Which is really odd, but CCG got the Herald. So it depends how well they use the Herald and how much Zoro can deny the deny the farm from the Ezreal on how good this play is. Looks like probably will. I would say this is probably bad for CCG. It's hard to know for like 100%, but it's pretty safe to say it wasn't great. 600 gold down in the mid lane, 400 in the jungle, but most importantly, being down 1,000 gold in top lane is pretty significant. Especially when like you're both going like similar items, going the Sunfire Aegis, going just like resistance boots. Radar trying to get this plate here. He will end up getting it in the end. Papo building himself an item. BB Swag actually here on the top side. However, he does not have an ult. No reason to go on to Topo here other than to waste his own time. And will back off. We will see Kitsuo keep going towards the spot side. I don't believe the dragon is up particularly soon. It is up in a minute. We will see on the bot side here, though. Maybe a little bit of an engage. Kitsuo looking onto Rakan. Rakan just bounces out. Kitsuo actually has 2 marks already. I believe he picked those up from one from an assist and one from a camp. So he is looking towards that 3rd mark, which I believe his 3rd and his 4th mark are best. A little bit of an engage here onto LeBlanc. LeBlanc using her W and R out. Pretty good trade in terms of like ability cooldowns, because her R is on a much lower cooldown than Lissandra. However, losing that much health might be bad for fight ahead. But if she can just get it back, which she will likely be able to do, and then gets to this drag fast enough, she'll have her ult back up for this fight, and Lissandra won't. So we'll have to see how that goes. Topo, though, will trade a few Krugs. This Cole actually is already finished on the side of CCG for this Twitch. There's the engaged bot side with Rakan and the Wukong. Double ultimates dropped. They will not be able to get anyone, though. Flashes, though, committed only from Zoro. So they get the flash from Zoro. However, Flashing Knight committed from Pockets does not make it worth. Ricky taking a terrible trade in the top side. In fact, Topo still has ult. He didn't actually proc Riddle correctly there. It does stop the Sion ult. Should be able to get the kill here. There actually is some action going down over here too, though. You might need to see that, but oh no, it's getting kind of hard. BB going back in. BB does have... No, he does not have ult, but Kitsuo does. Ends up that Topo gets the shutdown. He will walk away, but we will see this drag fight. Too many things happening on the screen at once. Topo does have TP, but I doubt he'll try to join the fight. Maybe a fight here mid, though. We will see action onto the enemy, the EXE mid laner. He will not get anything. Kitsuo is still fighting. Drake still has ult, just in case some horror show happens. It doesn't look like it, though. It looks like this will be a nice secure of the dragon, evening out the gold score quite a bit. And being 2 drags up, especially when the soul is infernal and you have a comp with Twitch and Kindred, and a comp that just quite frankly scales better. I mean, this comp scales better. Twitch scales better than Ezreal, Kindred better than Wukong, and Ornn better than everyone. It makes everyone scale better. Being down 0 gold, you're exactly the exact same amount of gold, is really good in this situation. Ornn is already level 10. There's a little bit of an engage here on the bot side. Ult burned from Zoro. That Bork doing massive work. We can actually look how much damage that Bork has gotten. Wow, massive combo from this Ornn. He's doing so much damage onto this. Nice W to Unstoppable. The Q gets another solo kill up in the top lane. Absolutely massive. Ricky will try to get some damage, some grasp of the Undying procs, but he will not get many. Nice flashing from Ditro, but might have baited his 80 carry. His 80 carry gets caught here, and so does he. This is terrible. This is a catastrophe for CCG. That gold lead that they had went away very fast. Now, it is only a 500 gold difference, but the difference can be ballooned very soon, very fast. Turret plates did fall off, so this tower actually might go down, and they're going to miss some CS. Actually, no, they're just going to take the back, but they will miss the CS. The tower will take hits. Rage Blade, or Rage Knife, rather picked up onto the Twitch. And Trinity Force is able to be finished because of those kills. And he's already working his way to Manamute with 200 stacks plus 228 on this Ezreal, he'll basically have Muramana as soon as he's able to afford Manamune. So it's kind of scary. Sion is getting engaged on here. Kindred still has ult in case they want to just keep diving. But that trade was already good enough. BB Swag, good thing they can keep diving because BB Swag was there to counter dive. Not counter dive, but counter the dive. Enemy mid laner looking for some poke. Are expended though. Sion looking for the ult down. Kitsuo absolutely caught out here. Charm goes through. No ult because he's perma CC'd. The E from Topo goes wide. Rel going down getting poked. Nice from Twitch is staying in the back here, but he's getting bullied by this Sion's passive. Doesn't have anywhere to go because his team has no more CC for him. Radar coming in though. Flash with the W. Detro still here, but no more damage on the side of CCG. Nothing left. They go 2-4-5. Wow. Kind of devastating for the side of CCG. Again, you like if you're in their comms, you're saying, hey, we scale. It's totally okay. But you were way too split before that fight began. You didn't have enough peeling for Twitch because you used it all on engage. You used all your CC abilities on engage, which meant in the end, Twitch, when he actually got Sion, was just all of his health was just taken away. And this Ezreal is getting pretty close to Muramana. Now, looks like Kindred in the river, if we can go there, is actually being given her 4th mark. So she is taking over this game in her own way. I know she only has 1 item, so she's poor, but we don't make fun of poor people here, all right? That's bullying. That's not okay. And if you thought that was okay, then I don't like you, all right? And we can talk about that later. Anyway, Radar getting caught out here by the Sion. Will lose over half his health, actually really low. Sion no ult. Will use Radar will use his own ult just to stay alive. Might actually get dived here by BB Swag. BB Swag actually popped the first usage of ult. Was that intentional? I'm very confused. Use his ult. Ornn will TP to kind of protect the turret, although the turret will take a massive amount of damage from this Herald. Shouldn't claim the turret. So the Herald didn't get that much usage from the side of EXE. And now everyone's looking towards this next dragon. This next dragon's Infernal Dragon. CCG can contend. They're 3k gold down, which is significant. Sion might be caught out here, but Sion is ulting in the other direction, and there's a TP going down from LeBlanc to join them. Detro, though, here onto Sion. Sion, I mean, Bork is here, but Rakan's trying to go in. Rakan doesn't get an engage because of Detro. Kitsuo on the backside is attacking BB. Massive Ornn ult if he can hit it. Hits so many in the backline. Mako is absolutely in no man's land. He goes down. Ricky goes down. Absolute devastation, and Twitch is still chasing. He's absolutely looking to take over this game. The Rakan is alone. Oh, he doesn't see him. He didn't get vision, so he didn't know Rakan was there. Absolutely devastating that he did not get that kill. He will continue to chase up here on this top side, but he will not find anything. He will just go for the turret, while the rest of his team goes for this dragon. This is 3rd dragon. Looks like Detro does find LeBlanc, but only to stop LeBlanc's back. Not much to really get done there. I mean, it's not like he's going to solo. He's just trying to waste LeBlanc's time, which he's doing pretty effectively. This closed the gold lead significantly, about 1,000 swing, so from a 3,000 lead to a 2,000 lead. But note, Topo is now... Oh, this buff reset, they might not get it. They're looking for a steal on the buff. The buff keeps healing. That's bull. That's terrible. All right, Rakan's really low. They're actually getting chased out here pretty bad. They really didn't overstay. I think they'll make it out because Rakan does not have the quickness, and he did not go Shirelia's, actually. He went for Even Shroud, which is not super common on Rakan, considering a lot of people build Rakan like an enchanter, which is fun. Lissandra opted into Liandry's, does make sense for the kind of tanky team on the side of EXE. It looks like we do get an engage here. Massive knockup from the Rakan. But the Twitch is absolutely unleashed in this fight. He is not dead yet, but he is doing so much damage. Doesn't actually kill anyone. Wow, I cannot believe that was a 2-for-0. Going back to over a 3,000 gold advantage. Now, the thing is, this scaling comp, not only is Ornn 13, but so he's gonna have everyone scale with him. But they also have 3 dragons. Having 3 dragons gives you so much time in the game to just stay alive. With a scaling comp, it is so good. It is so good. And when we see this Ornn respawn, we can actually check how much XP he has and see how close he is to his next level. We'll see Sion towards the bot lane, trying to get a little pressure on this turret, but he does know he is overextending. We'll see what Topo has here. He is not that actually close to 14 at all. He's actually fairly far away, but he will be still working towards that. He will be in that side lane alone, getting those levels, trying to get his team to scale. I would have to imagine the first upgrade would be going to Twitch as soon as Twitch finishes that Rage Blade, which he can probably do somewhat soon, not immediately, but he has most all the components, and it's not the most expensive mythic. I believe it's either 3,000 or 2,800, which, you know, there's a difference of 200 gold. I can't remember, but, you know, I'll live with it. The thing is, this Kindred really needs their second item. This Black Cleaver finish on Wukong is going to be absolutely massive. The BB Swag with these 5 kills, and this Black Cleaver will be doing massive damages to Ornn, to Kindred, because Kindred went armor boots. And, Rage Blade is finished, so that's really good for Twitch, because Twitch has been doing massive amounts of damage this game. But, yeah, it will be good into the side. This Black Cleaver will be really good. I think it's really good itemization as well as Divine Sunder. Just so much tank shred. Twitch is just... he just doesn't care. He just does not care. No cares. We will see, though, I think Swifties from Sound is really weird. Obviously, you're stopping the slow from Kindred, you're stopping the slow from Lissandra, you're stopping the slow from Glacial Augment on Rel, and on Ornn from his Q. But I think it's so weird. Rakan actually getting way caught out here, gets ulted, will die to the Kindred auto following him. Ults are down here, though, for the side of CCG, because they did burn 2 of them onto this Rakan. Actually, only one. Twitch, I thought, had burned his ult. Actually didn't at the end. Getting a kill here for this Kindred's good, too. She may be able to actually purchase something at this point. Level 14 does come out from Ornn, and the upgrade does go onto Ginsu's Rage Blade, giving massive stat advantages to this Twitch. Looks like Twitch still lurking in the mid lane. Twitch actually fairly low level for how this game is going, but it is whatever. He just levels up, so make a liar out of me, why don't you? And they will probably look for their resets at this time. The Lissandra does have that stopwatch that is broken, so she's looking to complete the Zhonya's to get that active back. On the other side, BB Swag has picked up that Zhonya's, which is so good on his champion. Or sorry, not Zhonya's, but stopwatch, and that will certainly turn into what I have to imagine will be a Guardian Angel. We do see Night Harvester on LeBlanc. It's not too uncommon, but it's not... I don't see it too often either. Looks like there will be a little bit of a fight here. 5v5, again, still about a 3,000 gold advantage for the side of EXE, but they have been losing the last few fights, even if just marginally. I want to see how BB Swag, because BB Swag could absolutely take over this fight. Now, the ult from Kindred does come down, stopping her team from getting one shot. That does absolute wonders. BB Swag's still alive, though. The Kindred goes down. Ult from Sion goes through. Tabo only alive with Ditro, his support. And it will be a 5-0. Absolute massive engage from this Wukong. And that is what I had been preaching. This Wukong will do absolutely devastating things to the team of CCG here. With that stopwatch, with all that armor pen he has, with that tenacity because of those Merc Tread boots, he'll be able to completely devastate this team in a 5-0 trade. They get the Dragon and the Baron. They balloon this gold lead from what was 3,000 to what should be, at the end of this Baron, over 7,000. Which is a lot. The thing is, it's if you're CCG, this is if you're gonna be down gold in any game, this is the game to be down gold in, if that makes sense, because they have the most scaling picks in this game. This Ornn will just keep getting his carries stronger and stronger and stronger. If we go look at Ornn, you'll see that he is he's not super close to 15, but he's gonna get close to 15 eventually. It's gonna happen unless the game ends in the next 2 minutes. So we will see. We'll see where that second upgrade will go. It'll probably go either to Lissandra or to this Kindred, but I'm assuming Kitsuo is probably in comms telling him how much he wants it. Radar here actually getting caught out. Will be okay with that ult, but actually might not. That Night Harvester's doing absolute work, and LeBlanc will get the solo kill. A little bit of an engage, though, onto this bot side. Tabo getting the ult, getting massive knockups onto this side. BB-Swag actually going down to the Ornn. And Ricky's here alone. He doesn't have anyone to be with him. This is actually kind of a gold swing positively for the side of CCG. Even though it is a 2-for-1, as long as they can stop that top turret from going down to this LeBlanc, there's actually a little bit of a chase. They actually don't care about this top turret as long as they can get this kill. But they can't. It's Ezreal Rakan. They're so defensive. And if we look at the top side, yeah, that's a turret gone. 600 gold right over. And now it's going back to just the 7,000 gold lead we had before. It's just shifting around where the gold is. Ornn collects the shutdown, which is not the best. Ornn's good. Ornn scales, but Ornn isn't who you want to have your items on. Ornn does get caught out a little bit here. I think he should be able to find his way out. He's just not taking enough damage. He has so much armor with the Sunfire and this, plated steel caps. The backs will be found by several members. Wow. So this Kindred build is rather tanky, actually, and less damage oriented. I would actually like to see Bork on this Kindred. I think Bork would be pretty good. But I guess if you already have a Twitch on Bork and you're like, we don't need that, we need to prioritize other items, well then I guess it's okay. I'm not too familiar with the build. I know she goes Trinity Force now, but Black Cleaver is a little bit detached from what I'm used to. Obviously, it's still good into those tanks, but I think Bork is maybe better. But maybe you're trying to survive the burst of this Wukong. That's kind of what your ult's for, but obviously this player is much better than me at the game. I don't know what I'm doing. It does look like the level 15 upgrade does go to Kindred, as I presumed. Trinity Force does get upgraded here. It is only now... Nope, it's still an 8k gold lead. 7k gold lead, about a 7k. 7.5 really. It's really significant. I guess the biggest disparity between these two teams in terms of like items would probably be this mid lane. I mean, we can press individual gold and look. The mid lane is down about 4,000 gold. But for all the other lanes, like, in fact, actually, this gold lead isn't as much as it looks like, because there's a 2,000 gold lead in support. And it's a little less than 2,000, but it's 2,000 in support, and then less than 1,000 in, like, jungle and top. So, like, those don't really matter that much, because just 1,000 isn't, like, a lot individually. A little bit of an engage here onto LeBlanc. LeBlanc has so many ways of escaping, though. Big engage right onto Zoro. Zoro will go down because he over-chased Tapo running for his life. Now, Detro didn't even get to be in the engage. Neither did the Lissandra because they just couldn't be there. Their team engaged too early without them. Just an Ornn and a Twitch alone. Ornn running for his life now. Will try to get out. Redemption dropped here by Rakan, picking up the kill. Rakan flashing in, getting the combo with his Scion. And massive ult here coming down from Kitsuo to keep his team alive, but it might not be enough. And the whole team drops, going to about a 10k gold lead. And they're looking to end the game. They absolutely might be able to with the Scion, with Demolish, with this static Shiv, Lissandra, who's, by the way, sorry, not Lissandra, LeBlanc, who's, by the way, about to finish this, about to finish her next item, which is Rabadons, which would be absolutely massive. Might not even have to, because they might just end the game right here. Twitch unable to hold his ground. This would be the second time they lose. Twitch disconnecting in protest. Absolute mental boom. But guess what? this game an absolute blowout after about the 18-minute mark. Congratulations to EXE for playing so well in this game, and we might be back with. Glad to be back here on the analyst desk, here ready to talk about the MVP of the game. Same MVP as last time in this matchup between CCG and EXE. First time he was a sub, I believe now he's a starter. BB Swag absolutely with the dominating performance into CCG. That Belveth and the Wukong took over the respective games in which they were in. The Lee Sin didn't really have impact, but little honorary shout out goes to the mid laner, because to be fair, he also played really well. He was a contestant, but BB Swag absolutely dominating here in the game. I think his itemization was really good. I think he was just where he needed to be when he needed to be there, and he found angles onto the enemy team that won his team the game. So absolutely fantastic job done from the side of EXE, going 2-0 in series wins, 4-2 in game against CCG in this split. And so we'll have to see how that converts to actual talent in the playoffs. And yeah, we'll be back with those, I believe, Monday with the first game of playoffs in the tournament, best of 5. So be glad to see you there.